How you guys doing? This is very important. Alexa, what time is it? And date. Alexa, volume 5. Alexa, what's the time and date?
In Indianapolis, it's Wednesday, October 25th, 2023 at 5:21 p.m.
I went to the Pizza Hut, and the satellite man was hitting me in the face and teeth the whole time when I was eating. Even when I was eating salad or breadsticks or pizza, the satellite man was hitting me in the face and teeth. It's more lawsuits against the government. Sexual harassment, sexual violence. See, when a government man tries to make sexual advances to you and you have no interest in them or they've raped you, look at the PSA information of people that are sexual assault victims. They always, when they're sexually assaulted by government, they always end up with teeth damage. These men have sexually assaulted me, these government satellite controllers and their government agents, and their dirty cops and dirty medical people. Look up the history. How many of them have to get arrested for their sex crimes and what they have done to me, and their illegal detainment, and their history of physical and sexual assault. I don't know if the prosecutor's office was involved in sexually assaulting me, but somebody needs to investigate that too, from years ago. And in reference to have not received any compensation or any benefits or any lawsuit monies from anywhere. The courts obviously have to bring in some people to investigate the courts for not sending me money. They know that it's an endangerment situation. And this is one of the things that happened when my parents had to go against the government because the government had violated my parents. See, every one of these politicians that have slandered my character, check their financial portfolios. Check their financial history. Check to see if they were in possession of any of my monies. These government agents, check which presidents or former presidents had financial problems, or which presidents or senators or governors or mayors had financial problems. They'll probably figure out that their scam is very obvious in what they have done, and their cover-ups and what they have done to me. Haven't received any letters from California, and I got kidnapped from California. Obviously, the governor and mayor out there are not doing their fucking job. You just allow people to come into California and kidnap people and to be taking them to another city and state? That's a violation of law. World protocols in all 50 states, too. They're choking my cat again. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 5:24 p.m.
Alexa, what's the date?
Today is Wednesday, October 25th.
Silent Man's choking my cat again. That's home invasion. Hello, National Guard. Maybe you can get some armed military personnel to stop that satellite man. That motherfucker is just trying to unnerve me every time they're hurting my pet, man. And every time they've been hitting me in the mouth and teeth. They need to justify why they've done these things. And that motherfucker would try to say, oh, he thought you challenged their government. The government's not allowed to trespass. The Constitution is very important, and it can put a politician to death in America. And it can put a former president to death. And a former, however many administrations ago, can face the death penalty for violating my rights and my hermaphrodite protection status, or my teeth and little nose protection status, or my rare genetic, royal genetic protection status. See, Nazis always try to steal genetics, and so do some other people, because they're always trying to turn themselves into royals or people that are on the rare blood type list, because there's a special status there. But you can't be on the list if you violated the list, motherfuckers. You can't try to get protection status when you violated the protection status of a person that was already on the protection list. You could never, ever get rare genetic protection status if you stole genetics from somebody that was already on the protection list of rare genetics. Don't forget that, man. You're trying to steal from protected individuals of status because you're trying to gain status. It's like walking on landmines to get somewhere you ain't got no right going. Start out on the wrong foot, end up on the wrong foot, don't you? You're walking on landmines, man. And in reference to political people or government people, there's a list. I don't know if Eliot Ness's office has the list of politicians that tried to get money from my mother, or the individuals and all the ransom monies my mother had to pay back in the 80s when these people had kidnapped me. These people have to get prosecuted for kidnapping me every time. And they have to get sued for all the ransom monies. And the people that held me hostage was involved in the murder of my mother and father. Even though my father got murdered before, and then my father was frozen, these government men was tied in with that. And then they murdered my mother, and there was restraining orders on the highest level against all these people. And then they kidnapped me, and these men have physically assaulted me and raped me. And somebody had communicated at the LA County Sheriff's Department, possibly with some of the men that raped me too. Those men have to get arrested and prosecuted too. And they need to find out who they were working for. And there were some senators' sons that was involved in possibly raping me before. And they must get arrested and prosecuted too. Anybody and everybody. And in reference to the situation, why hasn't the court sent me any money? Because you're trying to endanger me? Trying to put me out in the open again? Somebody needs to check to see if any of the Indianapolis court personnel or individuals in the Indianapolis courts, if any of them had raped me. Or anybody else in the court system ever raped me. They have to be apprehended immediately. Maybe you need to call the National Guard. Maybe the office of Eliot Ness needs to call the National Guard and have people apprehended for treason, sex crimes, and attempts of murder. Somebody needs to do something. And all the monies that these people have stolen, that people tried to send to me, or benefits that they stole, and somebody communicated about the California Labor Board said hello. If you sent anything, I didn't receive anything. And I was on disability in California from a back injury when these people had kidnapped me from California over 22 years ago. They're still hitting me in the teeth, man. Your erosion game is a fraud. You have to be charged for damaging my beautiful teeth. And we need to see your dental records, government man. And what race and religion you are. I'm not your child. I'm not your race. I'm not your religion. And I'm not in no relationship with anybody of your race or religion either. Or your family. You better quit damaging my fucking teeth, man. You better quit damaging my beautiful teeth, you fucking sick piece of shit. Or the National Guard could probably kill you, man, if you don't stop. And they don't have to wear military fatigues. Do you understand that? Somebody from the National Guard, if they catch one of your men hurting me or damaging my face and teeth, or if they know you're the ones doing it, the National Guard can apprehend you and lock you up in a military prison or something, motherfucker. Until all your people surrender or until they catch more of your people. Just remember that, government man. Your illegal satellite use in America is going to cost you your freedom. You're going to be going to prison. This country is not the country you came from. And that Middle Eastern man always says something like he lets his satellite do his fighting or something is what he says. You know, whatever. If you don't return the money you fucking stole, the National Guard can apprehend what Middle Eastern people stole money from my mother and father's mansions. And you have no ties to the estate of my parents. And that money you stole is my money that you stole out of my mother's mansion. And all the other monies you stole, government man, you have to get prosecuted for, whoever the fuck you are. And that Middle Eastern man was supposedly working for the CIA or FBI. And does the office of Eliot Ness have the information of what cars these people stole when my mother tried to send me cars from California when I had been held hostage before. And UCLA law office or law library said hello, I guess. Haven't received anything from human rights offices of anywhere. If any human rights office tried to send me anything, I didn't receive anything. Didn't receive any scholarships from any of the universities either. And the National Guard needs to find out which people are stealing the postal mail. It's very important. Serious crimes, serious abuses, and government has to get charged for politicians that had money problems that thought they would steal from me, or anybody that had money problems thinking they would try to steal from me. It even says on Treasury documents, don't let people with money problems try to steal from me. I'm the only child. I'm the only one. And all these people have ganged up on me and tried to rip me off and tried to steal my family empires. And these government people need to get prosecuted for their fucking crimes.